If there is a God in heaven, let him please bring us a Packers victory on Saturday.
You're listening to the What the Elf Was That podcast, an iconoclastic look at the latest Cleveland Browns news. The What the Elf Was That podcast is part of the Fanatical Elves podcast network, a part of the Fans First Sports Network. Here's your host, Joel Cade.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of What the Elf Was That? And again with us is the coach, Mike McDermott.
How's it going?
Mike, if there's a football god in heaven, do you want him to bring a Packer victory this weekend?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think the Packers, they've been playing really good, and I think they've got an opportunity to show it this weekend.
So, the Packers are playing the Ravens, and if the Packers beat the Ravens, then what's the implication of that?
Oh, man, that puts us up like 3.5 games in the AFC North, and that, we clinch the AFC North on Saturday if that happens.
Would clinch the AFC North. So you may be wondering why in a Browns podcast I would be rooting for the Steelers to clinch the AFC North. But I do promise you, Browns fans, I have ulterior motives that Mike in no way, shape, or form is anywhere near aware is coming to hit him.
Okay.
And that smirk little smile will be long gone off his face by the time we get to that point. But anyway, hey, it's Christmas and it's the Christmas edition. So Mike, I heard you were delivering Santa's presents this past week.
I was, yeah. I went out last night, dressed up all in Christmas attire, and I have a good friend that he gets his house all decorated for Christmas. He dresses up like Santa. He invites kids to his house, and then each one of the kids that sits on his lap and tells them, what they want for Christmas, he goes in and gets a gift for them, and then some candy, and then a handwritten note from Santa. And then we go as elves and deliver those gifts from Santa. And I think we hit probably about 20 homes last night. So if you woke up this morning and you found something on your front porch, that was probably from one of Santa's elves.
Nice. See, you ever watch that movie Elf, right? And they talk about at the beginning where elves have 3 jobs. You can be the cobbler who makes the elf that makes the shoes for the cobbler, or you can cook cookies in a tree.
Yeah.
Or you can be at the North Pole. See, I think that the 4th job is being the Cleveland Browns elves. They missed the boat. That's the real show. The real show is being a fanatical elf on the Fanatical Elves Network. That's the real show for the elves. They get to be a Cleveland Browns elf.
Now, do they go up north and stuff during the winter to go in and recharge, or do they go down to the Caribbean and stuff like the rest of the players?
Well, the Cleveland Browns elves, they don't really do much of anything. And welcome in, John Suchin has joined us.
Good morning.
John, I want you to know this is Mike McDermott. He is a fellow Lodge brother with me. And every time I go to Lodge and skip out on the Fanatical Elves podcast so I can go to my Lodge, I talk football with Mike. And after a while, I figured out that Mike is probably the smartest one at the Lodge when it comes to football. So I had to have him on the podcast.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Despite the fact that he's a Steelers fan,
that's unfortunate.
I let him on. So
that is unfortunate.
So we were just talking about. Go ahead, John.
No, I've caught some of your shows in the last couple of weeks. It's great stuff. Outside of the fact that you're a Steelers fan, but
Yeah.
So hey, John, we were just talking about the Fanatical Elves Network and how the movie Elf was wrong, and that instead of being 3 jobs for elves, there's actually 4 jobs, and the 4th job, which is the real show, not working for Santa, but being a Cleveland Browns elf.
I love it.
Fanatical elf. That's the
I
real
love
show.
it. Oh.
So hey, it is Christmas Eve. So on Christmas Eve, we decided to do a Christmas themed podcast. Notice elf, or it should be a stocking, another stocking. I got the snowman, right? Got the whole Christmas thing going. I even got the Christmas cookies and Christmas Baileys for Santa Claus.
It's a Festivus miracle.
Because I want a special present this Saturday. I want the special Cleveland Browns present of the Packers beating the Ravens. Because, John, you know how I feel about that team.
I'm actually a Ravens fan.
Oh, love that Ravens hate.
So if the Packers can win, the Ravens will be eliminated. And then, we'll get to why I think that's so important for Cleveland Browns fans later. So there's my teaser for the day. All right. So the first thing I thought we would do is we would play Naughty or Nice. Now, in this segment, we're going to list people. Mike, you can list Steelers. John, you and I are going to rotate back and forth.
Okay.
Talking about Browns players, coaches, owners, whatever you want to talk about, or whoever you want to talk about. And then we're going to go around and say why we think that person is naughty or nice. Okay. And we'll just rotate around. So, number one, I have naughty or nice, Jimmy Haslam. So, John, I'll let you go first.
I'll say nice. I'm going nice with Jimmy because I'm looking forward to the future and this wonderful dome stadium and all the things that he's done for not only the Cleveland Browns, but also down here in Columbus with the owners of the Columbus Crew down here with the soccer program. So I'm going to give him a nice rating here. I know it might shock some, but
Mike,
I wasn't expecting that. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I threw you for a loop, didn't I?
I did. I was expecting something entirely different.
Merry
All
Christmas.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna start off with a naughty, right? So naughty, we're gonna go and give the call to Arthur Smith, our offensive coordinator. One of the things that you hear commonly from a lot of the defenses out there are they know exactly what the Steelers are going to bring each and every play. It's so predictable. It's so well expected. And Arthur Smith decides, hey, let's go run that same play that they know we're going to run and see if we can get some yards on it. And it's just so frustrating as a Steeler fan. Arthur Smith, you get the call.
So, Mike, you might have seen John and I laughing because this is exactly the crap we hear about Kevin Stefanski all the time.
Yeah.
Like last time the Browns were in the playoffs and they played the Texans, right? The Texans players were calling out the Browns plays before they ran them.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So for me, Jimmy Haslam gets the nice. Arthur Smith gets the naughty because, well, he's a Steeler. I got to go with at least one to say for no reason other than he's just a Steeler. All right. Jimmy Haslam gets the nice because he's building the stadium. All right, John, who you got up? Who you want, naughty or nice?
Kevin Stefanski. Let's go naughty. The call. Get rid of the guy. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm a Browns fan, and 3-14 seasons, the last 2 in a row is just naughty. And we had these same conversations a year ago, thinking that, okay, well, if he gets off to a rough start, well, then he'll be gone this season. Well, that didn't happen. And everybody seems to forget that, who are Browns fans, who keep saying, oh, well, we want to give him another mulligan. We want to keep giving him opportunity after opportunity. Oh, he hasn't really had a quarterback. Oh my God, stop it. It's 6 years, dude. The guy can't take this group. He's just not a very good coach. And a lot of you who support Stefanski will laugh at that, but you have 2 seasons of back-to-back 3-14 seasons. That's horrible. So get rid of the guy.
Hugh Jackson era right there. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad, and it's annoying. Fans are tired of his. Well, we got to be better. We got to be better. We got to do this better. We got to do that better. I got to be better. All these, and the fact that the special teams coach wasn't fired after week 2 or 3. Bubba Ventrone is still there. So anyway,
hold on. I got to interrupt on this. Did you see who was on the sideline for the Buffalo Bills last weekend, John or Mike?
On the sideline?
On the sidelines for the Buffalo Bills. Did you see who was on the sideline? I'm going to let it go. It was Chris Tabor.
Oh,
Do you remember who Chris Tabor is? Chris Tabor is the cockroach. This is the man who coached the Browns special teams for probably 15 years.
yes. He
survived
was
2 different owners, 6 different head coaches. Like,
wait, was he the coach with the Pittsburgh playoff game? Was he the guy?
No. He was
No.
Stefanski fired the only good coach we had over the last 25 years, right? So Stefanski comes in and he fires Chris Tabor, right? And our special teams have just been like garbage ever since. And it was terrible watching that game, watching that field goal at the end of the half. I'm like, yep, that's going to lose us the game, which is exactly what it did. And over on the sideline is Chris Tabor, like rubbing it in our face because this is the last man who coached special teams with any success in Cleveland. Anyway, I digress. All right, Mike, you're up. So you can talk about either who you think is naughty or nice, or you can give us what your opinion on Kevin Stefanski.
Well, I'll skip on Kevin Stefanski. No, I mean, we're not here for hating and stuff like that. We'll let you guys go in and ruminate on that, and your fans to ruminate. So I think I'd like to go in and give some a gift, right? So I think Aaron Rodgers has been nice. I'd like to give him the award for being nice. It was a rocky start to the season. Aaron Rodgers came out. He wasn't who we expected him to be out there, and it took him losing a few games and getting angry to go in and rally the troops. And I believe that's the reason for our wins. Honestly, I think he's in the locker room. He's on the field. He's on the sidelines, and he's rallying these guys. And they're like, "Hey, quit screwing up!" Right? He's yelling at him on the offensive line during the play calling and stuff. You get over here. You get over there. Right? You're not watching. You don't show up for film. You're not participating. We want to win this game, right? We want to go to the postseason. So Aaron Rodgers gets a big gift for me.
Aaron Rodgers on the nice list. All right, Mike, we're going to let you kick off the next round. So you get to go twice in a row.
Oh my goodness. So most improved. I'm going to go give a gift to the most improved is Kenny G. Kenneth Gainwell. He is a running back, but he also has the most receiving yards for the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? So DK Metcalf, number 1 wide receiver, he doesn't have as many yards as Kenny Gainwell does. So we have a running back that has more receiving yards than our wide receiver. So big gift to
who would
Kenny
have thought
G.
that? I mean, who would have thunk that, right? I mean,
right.
DK Metcalf is just spending so much time just punching fans on the sideline. He just doesn't have the time to go out there and catch passes, I guess. So,
Right.
what a complete idiot. I'm sorry. Just
I
I mean,
know.
just a boneheaded move. So
This is all about the digression. So I see you got DK Metcalf queued up for us, Mike.
I do.
You want me to put him on, or can you put him on?
Yeah. I don't think I can put him on, but I think you can.
There we go.
There he is.
So on the screen right now is DK Metcalf assaulting a blue-haired Colts fan.
That was so crazy. No, I mean, just to see that, as a coach, you never want to see that.
No.
You never want to see that. And thankfully, the refs didn't see it, or he would have been ejected for that game, right? So
right.
Suspended? Is he suspended now? Is that the deal?
Yeah. He's been suspended 2 games, so he should be able to come back in the postseason and play.
Okay.
But regular season, he's missing out on just a little bit north of $500,000 worth of pay. So this is a $500,000 punch that he whiffs.
Wow.
I mean, he didn't even really connect on this guy. That was.
I mean, you gotta like Jake Paul his rear end, man. You want this guy to look like he's afraid and then get hit and get knocked out. Now that's a $500,000 punch.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, just to be clear and clarify, the blue hair on the Colts fan is because he's a Colts fan. It's a blue wig. It's not
correct.
I do think it's the Lions, though, Joe.
It's the Colts. It's Lions. That's right. It's the Lions. Here I am.
It's the Lions.
I was speaking about that Colts game and Phillip Rivers, man, throwing the ball like Barney. He had that stuff going in the first quarter on Monday night.
Oh my gosh. He looks so good. And it's so crazy. I see Aaron Rodgers esque stuff, right? From Philip Rivers, because he's back there and he's seeing what the defense is doing. Like he's doing what those young quarterbacks can't do. Like
Mm.
he's like, Aaron Rodgers will literally point out a defensive back and go, "You're not coming. You're not coming," right? Because they're going to drop back into coverage, right? And so like he knows exactly what's going to happen, right? So he'll tell them to their face on the line, right? That's a man right there. And Philip Rivers doing the same thing. He's picking apart those defenses, like the young guys can't do.
So I'm going to take off the blue-haired Lions fan. There we go.
Yeah.
Go to the next round. Let's see here. Naughty or nice? We have, who should I pick? Let's go with Andrew Berry. Naughty or nice? Now I'm going to go with nice because of the last draft pick and last draft class, and I'm not sure that Andrew Berry hasn't had that guy that just left, analytics guy, $1 million man over there in Cleveland.
Paul
DePodesta.
Yeah,
I'm not sure he hasn't had Paul DePodesta in his ear. And this last draft was Andrew Berry picking his people, and then DePodesta said, "All right, I'm gone. If I don't have the power to do this, I'm out of here." So I'm giving Andrew Berry a nice because I think he got rid of Paul DePodesta.
Gosh, am I next here?
Yeah, you're next.
That's a struggle here because I agree with you, Joel. I do agree with you that this last draft, I mean, he did the picks have been really solid. Now, I'd like to see what happens in the next year, the next 3 years with this group. But so far as the rookie group, I mean, Mason Graham, Carson Schwarzenegger, Harold Fannin, I mean, Quinshon Judkins, just a really and Shedeur. We work in progress here. So when you were talking earlier about Philip Rivers and Aaron Rodgers and pointing things out, and then I'm immediately thinking about Shedeur. Like I'm jumping back. I mean, the kid's young; he's still got time, and it's been an interesting hot topic here in Cleveland constantly. No, so as for Andrew Berry, gosh, I'll go nice as well, but it's right there because I honestly, outside of this draft, and I'm still hesitant. I don't give him a lot. He's made a lot of boneheaded draft choices that have either tanked out or have successes elsewhere that he's gotten rid of in recent years. So I'll give him the nice. Yep.
All right, Mike, we're on to you, man. Who you want to give, naughty or nice?
Ooh, let's see here. I already did nice. And I gave away one Cole, Arthur Smith, right? So let's see here. I'm gonna give a gift this year to Zach Frazier, our center. So the offensive line last year, you guys will absolutely agree, was horrible for the Steelers. We had a left tackle playing over on right tackle. We had somebody that had no business being on left tackle at left tackle, right? So it was just an absolute nightmare last year. And then we brought Zach Frazier in for center, right? Brand new guy, right? I think he was a Mountaineer in his former life, and the guy snaps consistently, communicates with the quarterback, communicates with the rest of the line. He is really sewing this together, and Zach Frazier really has been the present that we needed on the offensive line. So big present to Zach Frazier.
On the
like
nice
it.
list. All right, so I'm going to end up with the bonus round for naughty or nice. I'm going to say the name. I'm going to give both of you a chance to say what you want to say about this person. And Mike, you have to comment on this person.
All right, go for it.
He has to comment on this person, and then I will end this. And John, you know exactly who's coming, don't you?
I think it's too early. I'm still
naughty
drinking
or
my
nice.
Christmas coffee here.
Naughty or nice?
Right.
Myles Garrett. Naughty or
shit.
nice?
I'm gonna give him a nice. I'm giving him the guy a nice. We've talked about this, Joel. I think you and I have. I've talked about it throughout the season. What he's doing on a football level is absurd. And despite the fact that he demanded a trade this offseason and made that a huge spectacle here for a long time. And despite the fact that Myles Garrett has had numerous traffic instances where he tries to drive his car 150 miles on the back roads in Amish country, you know, I've been pleasantly surprised his attitude, what he's talking about, how he's carrying himself, how he's reacting to local folks interviewing him, the crazies in our local media who are just nuts and stupid with their questions, who I just want to just like all those people deserve tons of coal this Christmas. They're idiots.
I should have put them on the naughty or nice list.
Oh, we should. We should do a little round table on that. Mary Kay, God, you are annoying as hell. Anyway, yeah, no, Myles is gonna get a nice from me.
All right, Mike. He's trying not to say anything negative, but we want him to do it. Just come on. What we want is the genuine Pittsburgh experience. So just give us the genuine Pittsburgh experience of Myles Garrett.
Yeah. Well, you guys love this guy. So like, I feel bad.
It's a love.
I feel bad, giving him the coal, right? So, he's an impressive athlete. He's a physically dominant type of guy, and but yeah, I mean, I agree with that review and giving him a gift only because the guy Myles Garrett has. I think he has transformed over the years. I think he's gone from a guy that does lots of stupid stuff and wasn't representing. And he's changed that now. I think he's gotten to be a little bit more of an adult. I don't see him going and whipping off his helmet, and smashing, Mason Rudolph on the head anymore. Right.
But we might have that opportunity on Sunday.
No. We'll get there, John. We're asking Santa for a special gift.
Wonderful. Okay.
Packers win. We need that Packers win.
Yeah, we do. But yeah, I'll give him a gift this Christmas. I'll be super generous, right? Normally, he would get the Jag Off of the Year, type of award, but yeah, he'll get a gift this year.
I'll say this: if the Steelers fans wants to give him the Jag Off of the Year award, I mean, there's a lot of Browns fans that follow. But anyway, I'll say this about Myles Garrett: Myles Garrett is on the naughty list because he is a bad man. Myles Garrett is a bad man.
Oh.
So I know, Mike, you didn't watch this last Browns game, but I decided just for fun to count the number of plays the Buffalo Bills had ran at Myles Garrett, either designed run plays for Myles Garrett or designed pass plays that went toward Myles Garrett's side. And in the entire game, I mean, you want to take a guess? Over, under, anything?
The number of
plays. They didn't run play. They didn't run one play.
Two.
Oh, two. Okay.
2 plays that were designed to hit. There's the balloons. 2 plays that were designed to hit directly behind their left guard.
Is that the polar opposite of what who did we play the week before? The Titans?
Titans did the exact same thing. Play.
I thought they ran.
No, they didn't run. Nobody runs at Myles Garrett, which is dumb. The Steelers should run at Myles Garrett.
They were talking about that on the one game. Maybe it was the Bears game. They kept running because the TV announcers, and it looked like they were running.
The TV announcer for the Bears game was actually an intelligent. That was Mark Schlereth. So he's an offensive line guy, and he knew what he's talking about. So he's saying, look, the Bears should run the ball right at Myles Garrett, which is what you should do when you have someone like this.
Well, I thought they did a few more. Maybe they did a few more times. No,
I didn't count the Bears, but I'll tell you
But this game they just did 2. Okay,
the Titans and the Bills have essentially ceded the entire left side of the field to Myles Garrett. They've basically said, we're not even going to go over there. Everything is going to go to the right. All of our runs are going to go to the right. All of our quarterback rollouts are going to go to the right. All of our passes are going to go to the right. I have never seen a professional football player basically control an entire half of the field just by lining up. And I had seen it in college once, except it was Myles Garrett in college when I watched him, when I watched Alabama decide and Nick Saban and Alabama decide that we are not going to do anything to the left side of the field when Myles Garrett's on the field. So Myles Garrett is naughty. One, because he's an idiot, and two, because he's a bad man on the football field. All right, so as our fearless leader John Suchan would tell us, we have to get our break in to get our advertisement. So everybody, we'll be right back in about 10 seconds.
All right. Wow, Kitty came up.
Hey, everybody, we're back.
The kitty's there.
Mike's Pittsburgh-looking
Yes.
cat is here.
Hey, by the way, I might be having I'm babysitting my granddog, who should be showing up here in the next couple minutes. So if you hear a bunch of barking and such, I apologize. I'll turn my sound off. But
Oh, that's fine. It's a Browns podcast. We can handle the barking.
right,
dogs.
we got a bunch of dogs coming over today.
Got a bunch
Merry
of dogs
Christmas,
being
everybody.
announced. Saying Myles Garrett was on the naughty list. So now let's go to our next segment, which is the top 5 gifts that you would want Santa to bring to your franchise.
Oh,
Okay.
mm.
Top 5 gifts you want Santa to bring to your franchise.
Mm.
So I'm going to start and I'll make
Okay.
it easy. Okay.
Okay.
I would like Santa Claus to bring us a new stadium
Mm-hmm.
because our stadium is, well, it was, as you know, John, Mike, you may not know, our stadium up in Cleveland was built very quickly, very shabbily, and was done in a rush to get done before the Browns occupied it in 99. Kind of like
Mhm.
how the Browns came into existence in January of 1999 and then
Mhm.
had nobody set up in anything and then had to put a team on the field by August.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like it was the stadium was kind of built the exact same way.
Yes.
All right, John,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you up. You're up, John.
Another gift.
Uh,
I
What
knew
would you want Santa Claus to bring the Cleveland Browns?
I want a coach that's competent and can relate to the media and will bring wins to the Cleveland Browns.
Dang it, that was my number one, a new head coach. So, John,
All
I'm
right.
going to sidetrack for a second. John, if you
Yes.
could pick your head coach,
Yes.
who would it be?
Who would it be? Well, I'm old school, so I'd want to bring back one of the old guys. Like, for example, I know he's your guy, Bill Cowher. I know he's been
Yes.
out of the league, but I want one of these guys that understands the Browns, understands the Steelers, understands the commitment to the AFC North, and someone like Bill Cowher. I'd love. People say, "Oh well, that would be ridiculous." I don't care. Like we can't do any worse than we're doing right now. I mean, we have a bunch
Yeah.
of knuckleheads trying to run this team, and we just need somebody new. So I want a new coach.
So, John, in the same vein, like, let's do something ridiculous. I want Deion Sanders. And
Well,
by the way,
yes, but I'm 100% on that. I know it's ridiculous. Some people, I have been saying this for months on end, even before the kid was drafted. I was saying this last summer. I said, what the, I mean, it sounds crazy, but it's really not. And at this point, what the hell do we have to lose?
Yeah.
You got, and the two of them together have done a lot of things. And as a Browns fan and as being the center of the universe, Cleveland sports teams, it would be magnificent. It would be like the draw of the summer again, and people would just be enamored with the whole storyline. I would love it. I would love it, Joel.
Mike and I were talking about how, and I mean, you can add on to this if you want, Mike. We were talking about how football is becoming an entertainment situation, right? And Deion Sanders is entertainment. He is entertainment. Now, maybe he can coach, maybe he can't. I don't really care, but he's entertainment, right? And you don't need him to coach. You need everybody else to coach. You just need him to get out in the front of the microphone and say things like, if you play good, they pay good, they pay good. And I don't know. You just need his Deionisms. But more than that, I mean, I don't know, John, Mike, if you've seen this, if you've been paying attention, Deion Sanders is like low-key lobbying for the job.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you see he showed up in the night? Maybe he interviewed for the job while he was there. I mean,
I don't know. He had that little whistle on, and he was in the booth where he was in the clubhouse. He had that.
It was
little
a complete
whistle on.
character change in his outfit and everything from the couple weeks before when he was there.
He's starting to look like a coach with a whistle. His little cronies are out there saying how much they like Andrew Berry. He's tweeting out to like Quinshon Judkins, feel for your brother, get better. Like, he is positioning himself to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And I would love to see it happen. Mike, you got any comments on this one since we're way off track?
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I mean, you're not going to get Cowher out of Pittsburgh, right? It's like if Cowher goes to any team, he's going to come back to the Steelers and stuff and help us reorganize. Yeah, Deion Sanders. So like, I believe that it was not Shedeur that kept Shedor's draft slot. I think it was Deion Sanders that really ruined Shedor's opportunity to get drafted in the first or second round. I really do.
Completely agree. Yep.
The teams that wanted to have Shedeur did not want to have anything to do with Deion. Deion was off the charts, loud and proud, and which is great. Like, I love the guy, but he would have disrupted everybody else's program, right? And so you don't want to say, hey, I've got a great coach, and I want to bring on Shedeur Sanders, but I can't stand to have Deion on the sidelines. I can't have somebody going in and questioning every play, everything that I do with this team. So that's the reason why Shedeur, didn't go till the 18th round or something like that. Like, it was. Right. It was.
And that isn't it silly? Like, then we have a lot of people though that will say, "Oh no, he was a 5th round." I mean, he went where he was supposed to go. I'm like, that is completely bogus. No. I mean, all the way up, and we have. I mean, I know I have good colleagues here on our network who really are buying into that, and it's just it's unreal. Like, up until the very moment of the draft, he was projected as the first rounder. Like, we were talking about him going number 1 forever. Do people just want to forget that part? I mean, I don't understand that part with the logic of the people that want to say, well, he went where he was supposed to go and he's a 5th round draft pick. I mean, that's so bogus in my mind.
Yeah, I think Cleveland should just embrace the chaos that is the Sanders family. It'll be good TV, it'll be good entertainment, and if you can keep some good coordinators, then Deion doesn't even have to coach. He can just go out there and scream and yell.
Yeah,
but I agree with you, John. Go ahead,
the
Mike.
only thing that would hold Deion up is like his physical health and stuff. I prayed for the guy, and I hope that he continues to go in a great direction health wise and stuff like that. But his health issues, aside, he would be a great selection to go in and replace your guys' coach and have an opportunity to be a more entertaining football club.
Mike, do you think that the fact that Shedeur has come in where he did in this season, right? That a lot of people talk about him not getting a lot of work with the first teamers, especially through training camp here in Cleveland. That if you commit to Shedeur over this offseason and into training camp next year, that he'll get all that time, that will certainly help him catch up to speed. It certainly sounds, when you listen to Stefanski and others, that he is learning quickly, and that they're impressed with him. I just think that we got to give him another off season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Shedeur's got, like, you guys threw him to the dogs, really. By playing him so early. We've got Will Howard sitting the bench still, right? I mean, he was our first QB pick in the draft, and he's doing exactly what we expected him to do, what we wanted him to do, is to sit on the bench, learn from Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully he'll become that backup, and we can move Rudolph out of the slot there and put Will Howard in as the super capable backup QB. I think that's what Shedeur you guys really should have kept him on the bench if you could have, but I understand you couldn't. I understand. Like, I mean, that's the problem with the Browns, is like, you got to have a QB plan that is solid, and Steelers suffer from it as well, right? Next year we've got, what's Aaron Rodgers going to do? I bet you he's coming back. He's only a 1-year contract, but if we get into the postseason, Aaron Rodgers is coming back, guys. I'm sorry to tell you. He's just that guy.
Sorry. I like seeing good football in the AFC North. So I like seeing good football. So, Mike, if you could have Santa bring a anything for the Steelers, what would it be?
Yeah, it would be a innovative, offensive uh, offensive coach, because we don't have that today. We have everyone knows exactly what the Steelers are going to do. We don't do anything special. We still play 1980s football like we really do, and it's sad because we've got all of these talented receivers, talented running backs, and we still run these old plays that no one runs anymore, right? And it's if we could go in and get an OC that brought in brand new ideas, brand new plays, and different offensive schemes that no one's ever seen before, I think the Steelers could be another, Lombardi winning team. And
And we say the same thing as fans watching the
yeah,
Browns, and yet you're winning at least half the games. We're winning 2 or 3. So I
And
would
I would
Yeah.
say this. I'd
Yeah.
say this for you, Mike. Kevin Stefanski might be available.
no. Yeah.
All right. All right, we'll go one more time around. So we'll
Okay.
start with John. We'll go to Mike, and then I'll end up with my bestest all-time present ever. But so go ahead, John. What would you think would be a gift that Santa could bring to the Cleveland Browns?
Did we already talk? Let's see. I want a number 1 wide receiver.
Okay.
I want a number 1 wide receiver. I want to draft that wide receiver. I would love Carnell Tate from Ohio State. He would, again, another entertainment local guy. A lot of Buckeye fans here in Ohio that would, like that. Of course, he'll probably be drafted by the Steelers because that's what the Steelers do. They take every Ohio State player on the face of the planet. But yes, I want a Carnell Tate.
Carnell Tate. Okay, I could go with Carnell Tate. In contrary wise, if I have to watch another game with Cam Robinson, I'm going to puke. It is ridiculous. And by the way, I still have not heard from Andrew Berry about my application to be the Browns left tackle. I have not heard. John, Mike, have I told you about
Yes,
this?
you told me.
I told John, but Mike, have I told you about this?
No.
No, I wrote a letter with a resume to Andrew Berry saying that I could be a better left tackle than Cam Robinson. Put in all my qualifications and all this. And I haven't heard yet if I'm going to get a tryout, but I promise you I can play better left tackle than Cam Robinson.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. Insanity how stupid it is.
Right.
He's awful.
Terrible.
Yeah. All right. So, Mike, gift number 2. What would you like Santa to bring to the Pittsburgh Steelers?
I think I'd go with John's selection on a wide receiver. We definitely need one of those. The gift that we could really get this year would be in the draft. Would be my pick. Would be Carnell Tate, and we will probably do whatever we can to get him. And
Damn you, Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
I have great hopes that we'll do that. Right. So that's the gift that I would love to have would be a Carnell Tate.
And you are. That's the thing with Browns fans. This is what we like. I know that that's going to happen, and it's going to piss all of us Browns fans off to high heaven. So
yeah, whoever we want, Andrew Berry never takes. Like we're sitting in the second round, and they're picking Carson Schlesinger, and we're like, "Who the hell is this guy?
Who's this?" Yeah. Now he's worked out.
Guy?
He's having a hell of a year.
I'm okay with him. He's definitely on the nice list. Actually, since we're on this, before I get to my last one, since we're on Carson Schlesinger, I looked up Carson Schlesinger. And he has currently 148 tackles, which puts him 10 off the Browns' single season record for tackles in a season. Okay. So I decided, because he's going to break that record, right? Probably next game, because the offense will not be on the field, which means the defense will be, and they will have plenty of opportunities for tackles.
Didn't he have like 35 tackles last week? I thought maybe.
I don't know.
No, okay.
I don't know. I think he had 12 officially. But regardless, okay, I do think that what I did was I researched what are the records for all the teams in the NFL, and I counted them all up. By the way, just so you know, Mike, right now with 148 tackles, Carson Schlesinger would be the all-time leading single-season tackler for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But he would, right now with 148 tackles, be the all-time single-season leading tackler for 10 of the 30 NFL franchises. So he's got 10 to make for the Browns, but the Ravens. No, who is it? I forget which team, but some team had a player who had 208 tackles, and I'm thinking it was the murderer Ray Lewis. But he's up there. 448 is not a joke. Like, that is a lot of franchise records right there. All right, so the final gift I want to sincerely beg Santa Claus with cookies and Baileys, and here's my Santa Claus. Bribe Santa Claus. We must have a Packer win on Saturday. Now, more than just the Steelers. This is why I really truly want a Packers win. Mike Tomlin has already said that if the Packers win, it will, quote, absolutely, unquote, impact his personnel decisions come Sunday. Okay? Which we all know what that means, right? That means Aaron Rodgers is going to sit because he is not going to put a 42-year-old quarterback out there against Myles Garrett.
Nope.
Right? And we also know, before I get that, we also know that he's probably not going to play Will Howard.
Right.
Okay? Because Will Howard is a rookie and he's probably not going to go. So that leaves us with one man. That same man. So can you imagine?
Oh.
Picture it with me. Myles Garrett breaking TJ Watt's sack record against the Steelers while sacking
Mason Rudolph.
Mason, the red-ass QB.
What sweet justice. Sweet justice. That moron.
That is shit we could watch for 30 fucking years. Can I say that? I'm sorry. We could
throw him into the dirt,
30 years.
Stuff him into the ground.
And that would be totally worth the entire crap we've dealt with, at least for the last 2 seasons, is watching Myles Garrett break the sack record while sacking Mason Rudolph in front of TJ Watt in Cleveland. I would watch that on nonstop for probably 2 days straight.
I'm right there with you, Joel.
So we must have.
We are bitter. We Browns fans are bitter. We want to see this badly.
This is how petty we are.
Oh my God, it would be fantastic.
The only thing we have to look forward to in our season is the possibility of Myles Garrett breaking the sack record while sacking the guy that called him the N-word that got him kicked out of the league because that moron decided to pick up a helmet and hit him with it. Now, I could go into this helmet thing, but I'm not going to. But I think the indefinite suspension is a bit much when Aaron Donald comes out and double fists helmets, beating up Bengals with their own helmets, and
that's true.
He gets nothing. And the previous people who attacked people with helmets got fines and no suspensions. And here's Myles Garrett being suspended indefinitely. And I think every Browns fan will agree that Myles Garrett is a complete moron. He is an idiot. But he can play football, and I appreciate the fact he can play football. And it'd be sweet poetic justice for Cleveland Browns fans across the world to watch him sack Mason Rudolph for that breaking sack.
Interesting. Yeah.
Steeler fans could they could care less.
This is all we have to look forward to, Mike. This is all we have.
Well, you may get your Christmas wish on that one. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to play on Sunday if the Packers win on Saturday. And it could happen. And we could care less, honestly. Like, Mason Rudolph played for, 5 other teams, after we let him go and stuff. And then we brought him back as our backup. The guy gets what the guy gets. The only saving grace for Mason on this is that the guy that we brought up from the practice squad at left tackle is pretty dominant, and then we've got Darnell Washington that usually gets stacked up against Myles Garrett as well to help chip him. So the chances of him getting that sack, it's going to be interesting to watch for sure, because
I think the chances are good because Mason Rudolph is not Aaron Rodgers.
No, okay? Yeah.
Mason Rudolph will hold the football and look around and stare around. That's why he's played for 5 different teams, because he holds the ball. He doesn't read defenses well, and if he does that, Myles Garrett will get him. So, but now this was Aaron Rodgers back there. and he's
Mm.
3 steps and out. He knows exactly who he's dealing with. He's been around long enough to know that I need to run away from Myles Garrett after about 2 seconds.
Yeah,
He may
but
not
Joel,
get
you
it.
got to. I mean,
may not
Miles
get him.
Garrett. Mason Rudolph has got to know. Like, I mean,
This is
he
coming.
knows this. I mean, he was involved in this whole shenanigans, so he knows. So I do think that he'll be very wary of where Miles is in this game on Sunday.
I still
Though,
don't
like
think-
you said,
I
he holds
still
on
think
to the
he's
ball.
gonna
He's
hold
not
on to
as
the
smart
ball.
as Aaron. I agree that.
He's going to
with
hold
that,
on to the
but-
ball, and he's going to get hit.
Yeah, I mean, just to see what the crowd looks like, because I was at the Bills game on Sunday, and it was. I'm serious when I say this, Joel and Mike. That I mean, you would have thought you were in Buffalo. The crowd was at least 60 to 70% solid blue. I was in the upper deck. The entire shaded side of the stadium was completely blue, both lower and upper deck. It was really weird, and like being up there, it was frigidly cold. It was one of the coldest games I've sat at where our seats are. But just, I mean, it was Buffalo Bills fans travel really well. I don't
They
know if
do.
Pittsburgh will need to. There's a lot of Pittsburgh fans anyway in the Cleveland area, so I imagine it'll still feel like almost like a Steeler game, because I mean we're selling tickets here in the stadium for $5. So
Yeah, I imagine that'll be the case too. I want to jump back to naughty or nice one more time. I've got a
All right.
naughty, a man who was permanently on my, a man who was permanently on my nice list, and that is Dan Rooney. Dan Rooney, former owner, the last owner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, is permanently on my nice list because he, along with the Bills owner, were the only 2 owners to vote against that moron Art Modell moving our team to Baltimore. So,
yeah,
however much as I get frustrated with the Steelers and all this kind of stuff, I think, Mike, it's like being somebody who's like your bud or your friend, and you're just pissed off at them and you don't like them. Like they're still your bud and your friend, but you're just pissed off at them and you don't like them. You know, that's how I view the Steelers. The Ravens, on the other hand, well, yeah, they can go to hell. All right.
Also,
So
I want to give a little shout out too, if you're passing along gifts, and I know you love kickers, but for the Brownies, here's the deal, Joel. I mean, Andre Schmitz has really had a solid season. I went back and looked at his stats. He's 20 for 23 on kicks this year, over on field goal kicks, not including extra points. But considering some of the concerns at the beginning of the season for this kid, he's done some good things. And I granted he's only been in the league 1 year, and I looked back at other kickers like Phil Dawson and Phil We Trust here in Cleveland, and Dustin Hopkins the last several seasons. Andre Schmitz has done he's 87, 88%. Good stuff. So a little shout out to the rookie there too.
Okay.
I know
how
Joel,
he would be better.
hates kickers, so
you know how he could be better is if that moron Bojorquez could hold the snap.
Yeah, that was pretty
You know,
stupid.
if he could just catch the snap and put the ball down.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do they practice snapping the ball, catching the snap, and putting the ball? And that was the thing on Bojorquez. This is why the Bills let him go. I mean, Bojorquez can kick the ball all over the place. The problem is the people that he holds the ball for have a significantly less field goal percentage success rate because he can't catch and put the ball down for the kicker to kick the ball. And we saw that, and it cost us a game. It's ridiculous. There you go. There's my angry Browns crap. All right, so Mike, any last parting shots before we take off here?
So you gave a gift out to your kicker, your rookie kicker. That's great. Actually, I thought you guys were going to go and select Ben Sauls from Tip City, and who played for Pitt. But he ended up getting picked by the Giants, and so he kicked his first pro football game for the Giants this past week. And Ben Sauls put 2 scores on the board for him, so he was one of the first lefty kickers in the leagues, probably for the past 25 years. So usually you don't see that lefty kicker. But Ben Sauls, big shout out to him. And then to Danny Smith, I'd like to give a gift. He's our special teams coordinator for the Steelers.
Rubbing it in now.
Yeah, so Danny Smith has pulled out a lot of games for us, both from punting, from receiving, and kicking. Danny Smith, coach for the Steelers special teams. Big shout out to him, and Christmas gift.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'll respond to that by saying this: if the Browns had just average or competent special teams, we would have 8 wins right now. We would. I mean, just how many games?
Yeah.
We lost 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, the Cincinnati game was a loss, right? I mean, the first game of the season was almost a guaranteed Browns win, and we blew it.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Chris Tabor on the Bills sideline, right? And then I'm reading this text where I think it was the Jets fired their special teams coordinator, and I'm just like, what world are we living in right now?
Well, no, I think it was the Rams, wasn't it? The Rams?
Was it the Rams? Somebody
was
fired their
very
special teams
successful.
coordinator, and they're like, this guy lost us 3 games, so we fired him, and I'm like,
hello.
what the elf was that?
Right?
Like, why can't we fire our guy? Like, how hard is it? How hard is it? I mean, I understand because special teams are complicated, but it's not that complicated. Like,
it's got to be better, Joel. We just all got to be better.
We just got to watch the film. Who was to say we had to watch the film? That was Hugh Jackson. We got to watch the film. We just got to
watch the film.
I got to coach better. The players got to play better. See, we're just repeating excuses. Does Mike Tomlin have an excuse that he always gives out?
Oh, let's see.
Just repeat them over and over and over.
The many Tomlinisms, right? The standard is the standard is my favorite, right? So that's the thing is like, if your standard is mediocre, you're going to be mediocre. So he's been in kind of that kind of jam for the past 7 or 8 years. But hopefully the standard has been raised, and it had to be personally raised by Aaron Rodgers. He was the only guy to do it. And thankfully, that's going to pay off, hopefully getting into the playoffs. But like you guys probably already know, if the Steelers get in the playoffs, that first game we're going to get is going to get it's going to be against Buffalo Bills or somebody like that, right? That's that we definitely struggle against. So that's I'm looking forward to the postseason. So hopefully we get a postseason gift.
Go Pack Go. That's
all.
Go
Pack Go.
So I would like to add on, since we're on just random topics, I want to add one other random topic to this. The chances, since we're talking about the Steelers playoffs, we got to talk about the Browns Super Bowl, okay? And that's the draft. So that's the only hope we have in Cleveland is the draft. So
where the draft's at this year, right?
Whatever. So anyway, the Browns can still get the number 1 overall pick, but here's how it has to go down, and it's tricky. The Raiders have to beat the Giants. And then the next week, both the Giants and the Raiders have to win because the Browns hold the tiebreaker over the Raiders. But if the Giants beat the Raiders this week, then the highest the Browns can go is number 2. So it's this kind of like, do you go for it or do you just play it safe? That's where we're at. Yeah.
Either way, I mean, that's the other for us Browns fans. I think the whole conversation about that then is, are we taking a quarterback? Are we taking Mendoza or
Mendoza?
Dante Moore.
Here's what the Browns need to do. They need to hire Deion Sanders. Get rid of Kevin Stefanski. Hire Deion Sanders. Get the first overall draft pick. Call up the Jets and ask for every single first round pick they have for this year and next year to get up to number 1 so they can take their guy. That's how we play this. Have you guys ever read that article by a guy named Cade Massey called The Loser's Curse? It's called the Loser's Curse or the Loser's Conundrum or something like this. It's an article by an economist who's done an analysis of all these draft picks and all this stuff and has concluded that the only value the number 1 pick overall has is the fact that the team who has it can sell it. Otherwise, it has like no value over anything else. So pick, we got to sell it, particularly because Jets are the only team that can get Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Rodgers try to elevate their play, and they get rid of him because.
Now I'm drawing a blank. Who went number 1 last year?
Does it matter? I mean, I don't know. Oh, it's Cam Ward. Cam Ward was
Cam
number
Ward.
one.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and then how did that help the Titans?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, the best thing you could do is just sell the pick, get more draft
Mhm.
picks, and then for the Browns, draft tackle, draft wide receiver.
Mhm.
Love to get a decent safety on the team because God
Mhm.
knows those two other ones back there are terrible. One's an undrafted free agent, and the other's Grant Delpit.
Did you see Grant Delpit made the special teams as an alternate on the Pro Bowl?
Well,
There you
he's
go.
special. He's special out there at safety.
So, but John, your point, is well taken there. Like for the draft is, would you actually go for a wide receiver if you had the first or second pick, or would you go for a quarterback? What would you do?
Well, I'm in Joel. I mean, I'm still leaning toward the wide receiver. We need a tackle and we need a wide receiver. But will the Browns organization do that? No. See, that's the thing. We're all talking about it, but it's not going to happen that way.
No,
right?
they'll
We
draft
all
like a
know.
guard or something.
Yeah,
like-
they're going to draft some
They'll
or a
do something
center, or
stupid.
they'll
They'll do
draft a
something
center
stupid.
again. Yeah, or no.
Yeah.
I
Another
don't know.
tight end. They'll draft another
If
tight
we are
end.
one or two, if we're one, I think you have to look at Mendoza. He's a big, tall, lanky kid. He's had some good experience in college between Yale and California and Indiana, so he's got a little bit there. This Dante Moore kid is, from Cleveland. He's out there in Oregon, but he doesn't have a lot. Honestly, if you look back at his career, it's not been like he's been blowing it up. He had little experience the first year, didn't play last year much, played this year. So I don't know if we get one, I would consider, I would think that Mendoza would be in play. If we're two, then hell, I think, but then like Joel, you're saying, like, if you're at one, then I mean, use it as value. And that's the Browns have a history of doing that, right? Of gaining more picks, and that value would be certainly there for the taking. So
It's one of the few things the Browns do intelligently is sell off.
But it is our Super Bowl, Mike. It is our Super Bowl, and that's why we're so like this is like such a big deal, and yet it doesn't matter diddly squat because our team still sucks, and we're still going to finish the season at 3-14, and we'll have 2 back-to-back seasons, and we're going to be, and we're going to bring this guy back, and we're all going to say, oh well, 6 games in, we're like, well, we still need to give him some more time, because he's in his 7th year, and Andrew Barry, like these guys, we still need to give him some more time. We've just got to get better. It's just
let me give you the case.
It's insanity, Mike. It's insanity.
Yeah, this is what we live in. This is why we're all so jaded. If you haven't figured it out yet. This is why we're all jaded about our team. I still think, and Mike, this is great, like getting to watch Browns fans argue. This is what we do. It's still a case to be made for just taking a tackle and a receiver, trading back, building a team. And if Shedeur Sanders is good, he will elevate those players. If he's bad, we'll be picking number 1 again.
Right.
Then take Manning, take the kid from Ohio State. I mean, right now, that Julian Sand is the best quarterback in the college football. He's better than Manning. He's better than any of them out there. Julian Sand.
He's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, because the Ohio State connection. You already know it.
That's actually literally like my nightmare is that somehow the Steelers will end up with Julian Sand, and then we'll be screwed again.
Yeah,
we'll just be screwed.
It's gonna happen, Joel. The nightmares already beginning. You brought it up.
Think positive. We'll get rid of Stefanski. We'll make some intelligent draft picks. You got to have faith. Because there's no sight in this situation, so you have to believe that it's going to happen.
Yeah. As a Steeler fan, like I've got Omar Khan is the guy that goes in and does our picks for us, and he's done an excellent job in the draft. And I think the Steelers draft we'll probably keep our 20th pick, because the best players we usually get out of the draft are in the second and third round. Right. So like the first round for Omar Khan is just kind of it's whoever's there. We made a mistake, I think second round last year with what is it? Kenny Pickett and stuff like that. We made some bum, decisions, but for the most part, we know we need guys that can tackle the ball on defense, right? That's the thing. It's like I think the Steelers are 24th or something like that in the league for missed tackles, right? So we got to get guys that actually make a tackle, right? Not just watch the guy run past and score.
As a Browns fan, I've never seen the guy just run through our defense and score. I didn't see it last week 3 times. All right, guys, I'm going to call that a pod right here. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out, listening, talking. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
If there's a football
Merry.
or if there's a Santa Claus, I'm praying to the football god, and I'm trying to bribe Santa Claus. Give us a Packer win. Come on now. Browns fans are hurting. We need the only thing we can get, which is Myles Garrett sacking Mason Rudolph for the record in front of TJ Watt.
Thank you for listening to the What the Elf Was That podcast. Please like, subscribe, and tell all your friends to give a listen. You can follow host Joel Cade on Twitter @TheLeftGuard.